Hello and what is up guys, Rai here and welcome back to some more automation and BeamNG.Drive. Today we are creating the greatest 90s supercar of all time. Probably not, but I mean we're going to do our best anyways. It's not going to be a top of the line, like a McLaren F1 supercar, like a hypercar basically. I don't know. It's not going to be like a crazy expensive one, not ultra rare. It's going to be a mass production supercar from the 90s. Similar to in between a Lamborghini Diablo, a Lotus Esprit, and a Ferrari. I think there's, what is it, the 344 maybe? A Ferrari mid-engine V8, V10, V12. I think we're going to go V10 here, but I kind of want to do a V8, Nothing sounds better than a V8 Ferrari. I mean, besides a V12 Ferrari, but you get my point, right? So we're making a mid-engine, probably V10, supercar that's going to be around the $200,000 in the year 1995. So body options, we have this beautiful Lotus Esprit style body, which is a small wheelbase, mid or rear engine, probably, I don't know, rear, whatever we'll decide here. Or we can have the quintessential 1990s wedge shape from Lamborghini. This is what the Diablo body, which is a bit longer than wheelbase. It's going to be a bit heavier. The drag coefficient is super low at 0.21, which is that real? Is it real or Diablo's coefficient, or 0.32? I think we're going to go for the 0.21, so a crazy top speed V10 or V12. It's going to be around the $250,000 mark. So partial aluminum. Carbon fiber was possible in the 90s, but we're not going to do it because, because we're not going to do it. It's too expensive. Monocoque chassis. It could be a space frame. This could be a car with a space frame chassis, right? Space frame, like a tubular aluminum steel chassis? Aluminum? I don't know. We're going to go monocoque like normal. Steel. Sprays. Yeah, we're gonna do a mid-mounted longitudinal engine, so mid-rear engine, whatever. Double wishbone front, pushrod rear. So we can go all pushrod, but then again, this is not a $1 million supercar. This is not a Bugatti EV110 or a Diablo VT, which is like the top-end Diablo, I think, which is all-wheel drive V12 with 550 horse. It's we're shooting for around the 400, 350 horse, 400 horsepower mark. So nothing crazy. Still obviously expensive. Engine, I think we're going to go for a V10 because you got to go for a V10, right? A V10. Just so you guys know, me and Canadian Steel's next challenge is going to be a modern supercar. It's going to have a V12. And that video is coming out whenever it comes out. Probably next week. Or no, probably this week. Yeah, it's only Monday today when I'm recording this. So probably this week, or maybe later this week or something. So we're gonna go for a 9-degree V10 engine, all aluminum, dual overhead cam, 5 valves per cylinder. Yes, this is a 50 valve vehicle, all aluminum block. It's gonna be a small displacement. 3.2 sounds odd enough to actually might be okay. 3.2. Okay, 3. What am I doing? Oh, perfect. 3.2 liter V10 engine, 50 valves. Crazy. All max lightweight for now. This is going to be a pretty high revving engine. What, 7,500-ish? I might actually change it to a longer stroke and shorter bore because I don't need the revs. What are we at here? No turbos because it's not a proper exotic 90s supercar. Multi-point EFI per cylinder injection. Performance intake. Premium gas. Yeah, that sounds right. Long tubular headers. Dual. Then high flow straight through, and no second muffler. You can up to 10,000. Okay, so we're actually going to change the engine just a bit. We're going to make it 3.2 still. This is to cool at 2.95. Bigger. One. Okay, we're going to lower just a bit. We don't need the revs. So 3.199. Oh, it's pissing me off. That's okay. A 21%. See, we can actually probably go high if we want. Fuel economy is not really my concern. My concern is getting the power out of the engine. So we're in the 200s and horsepower-ish. 10-to-1 compression ratio. Might actually be a challenge. Oh, we're only revving to 5,800. That's why. 7,500 sounds like it's... 8,000 sounds like... Not really that realistic. We'll do that just because it sounds pretty... Bigger exhaust. What are we looking at here for the filter? Headers is not good enough. We can go race tubular headers, but look at those figures. It just Is that realistic, guys? Look at that. Would any supercar in the 90s have this? Would any car in the 90s have that? I don't think so, except for a race car. But good news, guys. Our exhaust pipes are actually going through our engine dyno tester. Wait. Too far away. Where does the heat go? Wait, why is there a... Is this for blowing air, cold air on the engine, or is this for... Oh, no, it's for sucking the exhaust. Oh, okay. Weird. It looks... Yeah, weird. Okay. I just haven't noticed that before. We're going to continue working on the engine a bit more. We can probably get a little bit fuel mixture, and I can increase the quality. I'm thinking +3. I don't give a crap about production units or engineering time, because it's not... In lots of aspects, it's not perfect. You know? Realism. We're going to increase that. We don't need more revs. We need 350 horsepower. I'd like 400 horsepower. We can actually put the camera full. We've been making no torque, but then again, this is an Italian supercar in quotations or sports car. I don't know yet. I don't know. So 366. It's not perfect. Or 15% efficiency. I can go super fuel, and actually we could probably get more compression. 11, 10. Oh, I'm almost gonna sneeze. Oh, it's coming. Okay, 11.2. I just turned the mic off for a second because I almost just sneezed on the mic. That wouldn't have been fun. Okay, 380 horse. Sounds fine enough. And now we're gonna move on to the rest of the car. Oh, I almost sneezed. Jesus cow, that was crazy. Worst day of my life. Okay, car's looking good. This is the body we're using here. So Lamborghini Diablo-ish body, or is it a Bugatti? It's not a Bugatti body. It's not a Bugatti body. Where is it? I think it's a Diablo body. To be honest, personally, not a fan of a ton of supercars from the 90s. Of course, McLaren F1. Who isn't a fan of the McLaren F1? If you're watching this and you're not a fan of the McLaren F1, just hold the keys Alt and F4 on your... Press those keys. Rear-wheel drive. All-wheel drive does sound kind of interesting. There were some all-wheel drive supercars. I mean, the Diablo VT. That's it. I think. I'm trying to see other cars here. Yeah, Ferrari. No, oh, Bugatti EB110. I think was a Vector. Like M12W. Were those all-wheel drive? I think there must have been just rear. There's not really a lot of other cars, really. So we'll leave it. It's going to be a manual. I wish we had a sequential. A manual 6-speed. I think it's a nice kitted shifter. Viscous, limited slip, differential. Sports compound. I think quite okay. A little wide. A little bit wide. 325s and 275s. So some thick AF tires. 19-inch wheels. So large. Looks like a 90s car. Magnesium wheels. I think we're gonna go magnesium wheels. You know? Even though they're not really common at all. Anymore, at least. Biggest brakes for now. We'll see if we need a lot of stopping power. Fully clad cooling flaps. We still care about fuel mileage just a bit. I don't want 5 miles per gallon. Wow. Sport, we're gonna have what? Standard, because we want some sort of entertainment. We might drop it down to basic. Hydraulic, non-variable. We're saving some weight there. Traction control and ABS. S safety, because we want to be realistic here. And then progressive, semi-active, and semi-active. We're gonna go a sport tune. Actually, it raises this bitch to with 300 pounds off the hop. Not great. 50 miles per gallon. Terrible. Top speed of just 200 kilometers. Theoretical is 360. What is that in miles? I don't know. I'm Canadian. I just use kilometers. Seems pretty fast. 300 and... I'll do 360. We can't, but... 20. We'll make longer spacing a bit. 5 seconds, 0 to 60. I mean, sounds a little bit low, to be honest. We could go all-wheel drive. Would that actually something that's just a bit? No. We don't need it. I think weight is a little bit of an issue. We're gonna lower some weight here. Basic is set. Increase this just a bit. Lower some weight there. We can go worse safeties. This is a exotic sports car or supercar from the 90s. I mean, I call even like the lowest Ferrari from the 90s a supercar, even though they're like sports cars in quotations. 3150, 0 to 60 in 4.8, 320 kilometers an hour top speed. Let's see what that is in miles though. The 200. Kilometers per hour to miles per hour. I'm Googling it right now, because, yeah. 20. It is 199 miles an hour. 198.84. There we go. A 200 mile an hour. It's a supercar for sure. From 1995. 380 horse is a fair bit. Not much torque at all. It's gutless. It's gutless. Totally gutless. So the car is basically designed. What I'm going to do now is design this little exotic beast, even though it's not that little. And it better damn well be exotic, and it is not really a beast in today's standards. I'm going to design the car. After that, I'm going to tune the car in a time lapse. It's all going to be one time lapse for a few minutes. And then we're going to take a look for another few minutes. Then we're going to drip this thing in automation. I'll see you guys in just 1 second. I hope you guys enjoy the time lapse. Alright guys, so the vehicle is finally complete. You are looking at the 1995 Veneto Verona Turismo VVT, which Veneto is a region in Italy, Verona is a city in that region, and T for Turismo. So the Veneto Verona Turismo 380 Speciale. I don't know. I can't do an Italian accent, so ask. This front engine, not even front engine, this is a mid-engine, rear-wheel drive, supercar, sports car quotation, 250,000. In is it in $1995 or today's dollars? I've never known that. Let's just say it's a $250,000 car to compete against the Lamborghini Diablo VT, who basically stole the Lamborghini Diablo's body. You know, they literally just went to Lamborghini and just said, you know, sell us bodies. They said no, so they snuck into the factory at night and just took bodies off the production line. I don't know. It's got a whopping 380 horse and 200 and whatever torque, which is less than the Lamborghini, obviously. It weighs less than probably any Lamborghini in the last 30 years. 2,900 pounds if we're rounding to the nearest 100 pounds. 0 to 60, 4.5 seconds, which is, I think, similar to the Lamborghini Diablo 0 to 60. Actually, I didn't check that. Diablo VT. Let's do this. Let's search it up because it's. Diablo VT 0 to 60 is 3.5. That's all-wheel drive though. Ours is rear. That's acceptable. 4.5 is on the slower end of a car that's for this price tag. The top speed is right there with pretty much any Lamborghini, I think. 215. This is a bit less at 203 miles an hour. It's what, 130 kilometers an hour. So 210 miles an hour, pretty much almost the same as the Lamborghinis. It's got a bit more style though. They went for a bit more style than Lamborghini. Lamborghini is a wedge. It looks like a wedge with, you know, Nissan headlights, etc. This is not a wedge. I mean, it's a wedge. Don't get me wrong, guys. It's a wedge with circular headlights, with circular smaller headlights. It's got a cool little, I don't know, weird design here. As well, basically for like, you know, the angle going to here, down here, and then there's like here and stuff. I don't know. You know, try to follow some design stuff of the car. So it's bright orange, of course, black wheels, gloss black unilug, so one, you know, lug nut wheels, some orange trim around. We got one orange, bright orange, of course, windshield wiper. That's a trademark of the VVT, so the Veneta Verona Turismo brand, along with the double headlights, etc., and the grill layout and whatnot. So there's the makeshift logo I made. Like, it's back here we got a more of a, you know, a realistic, not realistic, but more of a Lamborghini style rear. And this is similar-ish to the Diablo VT in the rear style. I want to picture the Diablo rear at the same time here. Similar-ish, so the exhaust is kind of similar, license plate's kind of similar, the taillights are kind of similar. That's the alleys right there. We got the VVT 380. 380, of course, named after the horsepower of the vehicle. VVT is the brand, but I just put the brand name in here. Brand, it's not Maven. I also have another brand called Starzashi. Japanese kind of premium-ish. Maven is American-ish, I guess. And then we have the VVT, the Veneta Verona Turismo. So 16 miles per gallon, not terrible. It is a supercar hypercar category of the car. Anything else that I'm missing? So it's still rear-wheel drive. I contemplated making it all-wheel drive, but I didn't. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm set on 250,000. I could probably make it a bit less, but yeah, it's fine. It's good enough. I tweaked the aero as well and some of the other stuff, like the interior, made a basic standard 90s interior, etc. So what we're going to do now, guys, is take this car into BeamNG.Drive and see how it performs on a track. Alright, guys, we're here in BeamNG.Drive with the VVT. Actually, we're going to call it just the VV. So the Veneto Verona 380 Speciale. So not the Turismo. I think Veneto Verona sounds like a pretty good car brand. The car's off right now. What we are doing is the automation test track just to see what the time is. Of course, this car was meant to be driven hard, obviously. It's a supercar in a variety of conditions, and I think the best way to test that is not just cruise around on the track or a drag strip, but on a track to see what it can do. And of course, the automation test track has quite a few different stuff in it. Like, I mean, it has some good twisty areas, some high speed areas, etc. I did test the car on the drag strip. It did about a 12-second quarter mile, so nothing to brag about, and around a low 4-second-ish 0 to 60. I actually think all-wheel drive would have made this thing a bit better, but anyways, let's see what we can do for the race. It's gonna be a little loud for me, but not too loud for you, hopefully. Braking, okay. I haven't actually practiced at all, so my driving style's gonna be a bit wonky. Oh, wow. It's so unstable. Honestly, the back end just slips and slides. Come on. Back end almost gets actually just turning, which is kind of nuts, I think. but it does look good. I'm not going for any record-setting time, by the way. I'm just going for a cruise to see what it's sort of capable of. And so far, it's got style. I'll give it that. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay, we're good. Okay. Sounds fantastic. Well, I'll just give it that. I also did a top speed run, which I don't think it could hit the top speed we were going for because the track was too short, but it could probably theoretically hit the top speed that it was set at, about 210-ish miles an hour, which is a lot for 1995. Oh, we're braking, we're braking, we're braking, we're braking, we're braking. We're off the track. Oh boy, we're gonna hit the wall. We're gonna finish this lap. We're gonna finish the lap. We're good. We're good. Everything's fine. Oh god, nothing's fine. Oh gosh, it's just turning. Oh gosh. Oh. Okay, I can't do it. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna cruise around. I'm gonna take it off the actual lap. We're just gonna cruise around in just one sec. Alright, we're here outside of the automation test track. We're just gonna go for a bit of a drive and see how this thing performs in a less stressful setting. You know, it'd really help if I actually had a steering wheel, not a keyboard and mouse. I could probably land on some much better track times. So, I think I've had about enough fun with this car. You know, of course, in the testing videos of the automation challenge, the Mean Canadian still have the testing portion. I do go a lot more in depth on the cars driving and stuff, so make sure to check that out in a few days when it comes out. So let's just take a look at the car. So we got the turn signals. It's right under the headlights. You can barely see them, but they're there. You can see them just barely. The headlights, we got with the low beams and the high beams. Let's go. Low beams. High beams, I mean, in reality, I sort of wanted, like, you know, one thing to be the low, one thing to be the high, but you can't have that, obviously. We've got the awesome tail. How is this a taillight too? I don't know how. We go reverse. Okay, now it's a reverse light. So we got a reverse light, a LED, pretty much light strip light bar. Wasn't very common in the 1990s, but you know, I think a third brake light was mandated. I don't know when, but it was mandated at some point. And let's just say they went a bit overboard with their lighting. The lighting is definitely, headlights and stuff are a bit strange, I must say. Like it. So, anyways, guys, let me know in the comments down below what kind of car you want to see me do next. So next video is going to be Street Legal Racing Red Line. That's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a bit of a shorter video. Last time it was like 40 minutes. This time it's gonna be like 20. So don't expect it to be crazy long. Won't. Then after that, we're gonna have the automation challenge video 1, and then maybe a video in between, and then automation challenge video number 2, or the BeamNG portion, I guess. And then I have some other cars people want me to build, so I'm gonna build those because I enjoy building cars, you know. I personally would like to do a 1970s sports supercar-ish. I know I've done the fastest car in 1950 whatever. I also want to do a classic car, like a post-war car, like a pretty much a something old and reliable, or a 1970s truck too. That sounds fun. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Like always, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.